You don't have to know programming language to have your Excel tasks automated. Simply just record your actions which should be performed and launch it whenever you need. In this video, I will show you how to record macro in Excel application. What is macro? Macro is a set of actions performed by user recorded by macro recorder. Those actions are saved in VBA language in Visual Basic Editor module. You can modify macro if you know VBA, but you don't have to know it to use it, the macro. Thanks to that, anyone can record and use it to automate their task in their workbooks. To be able to record a macro in Excel, you need to have visible developer tab, which is usually hidden by default. If you don't have this available in the ribbon, right-click on the top menu and choose Customize ribbon, or click File Options and go to Customize ribbon. On the right, within the Main tabs pane, check the Developer option. If you finally have Developer tab, go to the first part of it, Code. And here is the Record Macro button. To start the process, click it and the Windows pops up. Here you can name your macro, assign shortcut key, choose where to store recording, and add any description. After you set it just like you want, click OK button and start the recording. To stop recording, simply press Stop Recording button. So let's record some example. Having selected cell A1 as default, after opening the empty workbook, I type simple, then press Tab to go to the cell on the right side, type Excel, press Tab, VBA. To be able to click Stop Recording, I need to click Enter, for instance, and the example code looks like this. And this recording is really simple, just for the purpose of the next points. If you did not click the Use Relative References button under the Record macro, the recording will save the absolute positions of clicks or keystrokes. That's why the example recording, even when I was pressing Tab to go to the next cell, has selected 3 times specified cells. If you choose Use Relative References button, the example code will look like this. As you can see, in that situation, macro recording, instead of selecting specified cells, uses offset method to stay in the same row and to go 1 column to the right. By leaving range A1, it says that it selects the range equals to the range of 1 cell. You need to keep in mind the difference between relative and absolute reference for the recording. The list of your recorded macros is behind Macros button in the Code chapter of the Developer tab. If you choose All Open Workbooks on the Macros In list, you will see all available macros from opened workbooks. There are several ways to launch the macro. Choose the one from the list and click Run button. Use the shortcut key in the worksheet. Click on the button or shape to which you attach the macro directly from Visual Basic Editor. Also, you can change the basic information of macro with options or delete macro using Delete button. To edit the recording, select the macro on the list and click Edit. The Visual Basic Editor will pop up with opened code module responsible for the chosen macro. To open manually Visual Basic Editor, click Alt F11 or first button of Code chapter on the Developer tab and find the name of your macro. And you need to remember that you can't edit macro stored on personal workbook unless you make it visible. As I mentioned, there are 3 available places on the list to store your recording. I'm counting that as 2 groups. The first one, new and this workbook, and second, personal macro workbook. The first one, new and this workbook, I treat it as one because you choose if you want to store that in this or another workbook. Choosing this method, you need to keep in mind the format of your workbook. But about that in the next point. The second one, personal macro workbook. This is some other story. If you choose at least once to store any macro in that additional workbook, it will open always with any workbook you open in the invisible mode. I still remember what a mystery it was for me when I got reported that there is some flickering during work of my tools. In that time, I learned that personal macro workbook opens parallelly with any workbook. If you want to store recorded macro in your workbook, I mean this workbook, you need to remember to save that workbook as new type. You can choose, for example, XLSM, which is Excel Macro Enabled Workbook, or XLSB, which is Excel Binary Workbook. In other cases, all recorded macros will be gone. Excel macros can be the answer for the boring, repetitive tasks in your worksheet. You can record macro how you format the same data in Excel which you receive every day. You can record copy-paste between worksheets and even between workbooks. Adding to this a little knowledge of VBA, your simple recording can become a complex tool for daily tasks or whole reports. In many cases, Excel macros are the beginning of the VBA journey, or just the solution for the situation when the programmer just don't know how to solve his issue. And I hope that after this video you will be able to record macro in Excel on your own. And if you like this video, please leave a like below, and if you want to see more videos like that, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate that. Also, I invite you to my website, simpleexcelvba.com, to my Pinterest profile with all the memes from my articles, to my Facebook profile. And if you want to show your support to my channel and all of my work, you can buy me a coffee. All the links are in the description down below. I appreciate all of your support. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.